First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Hey, Shell, you got tight right there. Check. Hatchet. General West. 5.
On first down, gone. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Akers. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 38-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 31. All right, flare.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, Akers. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
I don't think you got it, son.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here.
Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Caught by Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing again, Ryan. And he finds his tight end, Graham. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Samson Abuka make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Hey, Tuesday.
They go play action now. Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just... And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown LA. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The extra point up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
51, down.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got him.
Now Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. David Montgomery, the target out of the backfield. But now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now a play fake, and it's gone.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 51 yards. Well, they were backed up deep in their own territory. Not anymore.
This works really well when you play a defense that's an attack type of defense that comes after you, wants the football. Sometimes you use their aggressiveness against them.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Ryan now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Buchanan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yard.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's gone. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Goff now looking to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find.
It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, Akers. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll run on first down. Akers. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
76, 76.
Throwing on third. Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there, Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. This one caught by Ridley. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
On 1st down, Akers. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Logan. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Goff.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him.
He's got daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw again on 2nd down, Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. He has still not connected on a single pass in the second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, got tight left, tight left. Three down.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Here we go.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now it's Ryan. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run. Montgomery. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And a solid run down inside the 30. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Mike.
180.
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. Uncorks one for Davis. That's caught at the 25. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 50 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. 2nd and 10. Goff again. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To the air again. Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Hey, 59, ready. Wait.
On first down, Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A good pick up there, 26 yards. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Akers. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. They'll keep it on the ground. Akers. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Back to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Logan. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Value three. Super.
On 4th down, Goff. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And he is in for 2 points. And barring some hijinks on the kickoff, we're going to be headed to overtime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw is Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
57, Mike, 57.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Goff with his first throw in OT. Completes it to Davis. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, here's Goff. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff dancing to his left. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Los Angeles, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.